Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into our kitchen this evening where I'm going to be making one of my own personal recipes for these delicious cranberry oatmeal walnut cookies. And of course, the full recipe will be in the description box below the video. These are homemade and they are delicious, y'all. I made this recipe many years ago, and I get to make them every once in a while, and this is the time to make it. I make it during the holiday season and year round because, I bake in the oven year round, not just the holidays. But these are perfect for the holidays. They're full of cheer, vitamin C, as well as amazing aromas. So let's get busy having some fun making some homemade cookies, y'all. All right, in this bowl here, you want a big mixing bowl. I have a cup of salted butter. I like salted butter. If you don't like to use salted butter, use unsalted. Use what you have. I would not use margarine because it will make the cookie spread, plus the fact margarine is not good for you. All right, 1 cup of salted butter, 1 cup of pure cane sugar. Now to that, I'm going to add a cup of packed light brown sugar. Now, my recipe calls for dark brown sugar. I only have the light, but you know what? I'm fixing to remedy that. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses. There we go. It might just be a tad bit more, but that's fine. Oh, the aroma from that. Now, I already have my dry ingredients over here. This is my wet ingredients. All right, next I'm going to want 2 what they call large eggs. These eggs are so small. All right, that's 2 large eggs. Next, we're going to want pure vanilla, real vanilla. Now you can use liquid vanilla or you could use vanilla paste, either or. And I want 2 teaspoons. Because when you bake these cookies, they are going to smell so good, y'all. All right, and to this, the last but not least, a tablespoon of cinnamon. Maybe a little bit more if you like cinnamon. And I finally get to use my mixer. Oh, I am so happy. Now we're going to want to cream these ingredients together very well. And you're going to want to cream them until they're completely mixed together. Okay, they are mixed very well. I want to make sure, scrape the bottom. Check your beaters, or paddles as you call them. Alright, now in this bowl, also I wanted to say, these are good chewy cookies. Nice, moist, chewy cookies as long as you follow the recipe. Now in this bowl I have 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now, if you use unsalted butter, put a teaspoon of salt mix in your flour. Now, I have whisked it all together. If you use salted butter, do not put salt in your flour mixture. Now, we're going to add a little at a time and incorporate it in. It is so nice having a mixer. Okay, that's good enough. Whoa, let's not do that. Make sure you get your beaters cleaned very well. I'll bring you back as soon as I get the beaters all cleaned. Okay. Oh, it was so fun getting to use the mixer. Bless you, Owl family. Having modern conveniences is amazing. Okay, now this is the basis of the cookie dough. I'm going to set it aside for a minute. Now, we have 3 more ingredients to add to the cookie dough. This is a cup of English walnuts. If you're allergic to nuts, please omit the nuts out of the recipe. You can use walnuts, you can use pecans. Almonds makes it change the flavor a little bit. Macadamia nuts are good in it. I prefer walnuts. And this is an old trick because I want the walnuts to be a little bit smaller. You just put them in a baggie. Take your rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, you could use a can. You can mush them with the can too. You could put them in a small food chopper. You just don't want to get them too small. Or you can just whack them. However you're feeling that day. good enough. And see, that's an easy way to get your frustrations out too. Somebody made you mad? Whack some walnuts. Okay. And we're going to sprinkle them in. And like I said, please, if you're allergic, don't use the nuts at all. Okay. Next is beautiful, beautiful dried cranberries. I was blessed to get these from the food pantry. If you don't have these kind, you can use craisins. Craisins are wonderful. I just don't have any. I have these blessings. And these are good. And these are dehydrated cranberries. Do not try to use fresh cranberries. It will not work. And this is a cup and a half of dehydrated, and they were chopped cranberries. And this is a delicious, hearty cookie. Okay, last but not least, you want old-fashioned oatmeal. Old-fashioned oatmeal. You do not want quick oatmeal or instant oatmeal. You want old-fashioned oats. And we're going to want 3 cups. That's 2. Haha, I lucked up. I figured the cranberries were going to make the cup sticky. Thankfully, it didn't. And there we have 3 cups of oatmeal. Now, I haven't tried steel cut oats in it, so I don't know if those will work, but the old-fashioned ones work very well. And this is when you get the arm workout, because you want to make sure that everything is incorporated into the cookie batter. Oh, the aroma, y'all. Oops. Yep, just making a mess. Now, the reason why it's such a big batch of dough is because these, you're going to make big cookies. You're going to use from 1 tablespoon to preferably 2 tablespoons of cookie dough per cookie. Make sure you have a good sturdy spoon to stir with. Now, if you don't like cranberries, you can always substitute raisins. Raisins are really good. Dried cherries, as long as they're chopped smaller, are really good. Believe it or not, blueberries. Make sure you're not using fresh berries. They've got to be dehydrated. Dried, dehydrated blueberries are wonderful in this. If you don't like the cranberries, cranberries are good for you, y'all. But you can do dried cherries as long as you chop them into smaller pieces. Dried blueberries, raisins, of course. You could use just plain raisins, or you can use golden raisins. You want to make sure everything's good and incorporated. Good grief, I'm on a roll tonight. Okay, what you're going to want to do now is put this in the refrigerator, because if you try to bake them now, they're going to spread out, be real thin and crunchy. If you like your cookies crunchy, you can do it that way. I like mine thick and chewy. So, you can, what I'm personally going to do is put them in the fridge overnight. What you're wanting to do is your butter, you want your butter to solidify back up, because your cookies will be nice and chewy after they have been baked. It's your choice how you like your cookies. Crunchy, go on and start baking them now, or chewy, let them sit overnight, covered. Of course, you want to cover them really tight. Make sure it's airtight, and let them sit overnight. And I'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. Are y'all ready to bake cookies? It's time. Now I have the oven preheating at 350 degrees. I have my cookie dough. I just took it out of the fridge, and let's get busy making cookies. Okay, I have my cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. Now, if you don't have the parchment paper, you can lightly butter your cookie sheet, or use nonstick spray. I'm trying to avoid nonstick spray. The parchment paper just helps out. All right, now remember your cookie dough is going to be stiff. You want about a good 2 tablespoons worth of cookie dough. And we're going to put that just like that. This way you know that the cookie dough is plenty chilled enough. And you want uh, about 2 inches apart from one another, because they're going to spread just a little bit. And don't worry, the cookie dough is going to be hard to work with, but you got this. You don't want to work it too much, because you don't want your butter to get too soft. Oh, these smell so good, y'all. Today's going to be my busy day. I got a bunch of stuff to do. The owls are going to be busy in the kitchen. You want to try to get them as uniform in size, not shape, but in size. That way they all bake at the same time. I'm going to finish filling this cookie sheet and I'll bring you back. Okay, I've got the first tray ready to go in the oven. You can get a dozen cookies on each tray. I work with 2 trays when baking cookies, sometimes 3. I have my second tray ready to go because while these are in the oven baking, I can be working on the second batch to go right in as soon as these come out. 350-degree oven preheated, and these will bake 13 to 15 minutes. You want them to be still soft, kind of in the center, and just ever so lightly golden brown. I'll bring y'all back when this first batch comes out. Okay, the first batch is out of the oven. Look at those beautiful, beautiful homemade cookies. Now, I just put, when I took these out, they've sat here for a little bit. I put the second batch in the oven. You want to gently, you can use a cooling rack if you want to. I'm just going to put them on my cutting board. But look at these beautiful, beautiful cookies. Now, if you have silicone mats, you can use those too. I haven't found mine yet, so I don't know if mine got stolen. They probably did. Still trying not to think about all the crap that monster got. And they're soft and chewy. Now once they cool down some more, you do not want to stick them on top of one another because they will stick to each other. And you do not want that to happen. Oh, I have been wanting to make cookies for a while now. Okay, I'm going to let my pan cool. And then I'm going to set it over here, let it cool. And I'm going to start, I'm going to start round 3 of cookies. And I'll bring you back when I'm done baking them all. See you after a while. I am done baking cookies, y'all. Ended up making 42 big, beautiful cookies. Here's the plate. Hold on, I got some more to put on it. These are so good for you. They're full of fiber. You get vitamin C from the cranberries. You get iron, magnesium, potassium from the molasses. Look at that gorgeous, beautiful plate of cranberry oatmeal walnut cookies. This is my own recipe and I love it. So, look at this. Just pulls apart. Mm. Mm. All of those are so good. Oh, those are so good. They're sweet, but just barely sweet. They're not overly sweet. Full of oatmeal goodness, cinnamon, cranberries, walnuts. Oh, and they're also approved by Cookie Monster, also known as Junior. He has enjoyed his oatmeal cookies as well. I've had one. Yeah, I had to sneak one too. I hope you will make these cookies and enjoy them as much as we do. Now, if you don't want to bake the dough right away, it freezes well. If you want to, you can roll it up in parchment paper and then seal it with either aluminum foil or cling wrap and then aluminum foil into logs and freeze them. And when you get ready to bake them, let them thaw just a little bit and cut them into slices. Either way, you and your family or your friends will love these cookies. Simple, easy, homemade, and you know exactly what's going in them. They're not full of preservatives and chemicals and stuff you do not need. Everyone, I hope you will make these cookies because I love them. Y'all take care, stay safe and sound out there. We're getting rain moving in now, and I gotta get busy. I got some jam to make. Yes, video coming soon. Everyone, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Continue to stock your pantries with foods that will nourish and sustain you, and items so you can bake cookies. Continue to stock medicinals that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and above else, the bare necessities to survive on. Everyone take care, stay safe and sound in these crazy storms, and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot. Love y'all, and I'll see you soon.